republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
It's intimidated to be around all the people who made this program what it is, the people who in the past made the BOCC Head Start program the best program in the country.
As many of you are aware, and for those of you who aren't, the Head Start program is entering into its 46th year operating in Hillsborough County. So just on that historic reference alone, can we give that an applause? Your leadership team and staff are as committed today in 2011 and entering 2012 as we were from the beginning. So I just want to thank you again for allowing me this moment to address you on this occasion. And again, thank you for taking part in today's affairs.
To be able to look into one another's eyes, and you've heard me say this before, and see and feel one another's hearts. And what happens at the commission is about all of us. And two of us were here today, and we're on recess, and we'll have to run back downstairs. But it's about the community and what happens with these youngins. It's not just about the one teacher. It's about that child, that young boy or young girl who's being formulated, who's being molded, who's being given that foundation of confidence to know, yes, I can do it. That safety net, someone who knows, someone who has been given the application for food stamps. I've been there. Who's told by my caseworker that, yes, you need to go on public assistance. I've been there. And I know the importance that government plays. Oh, I know the importance that government plays to provide that safety net, to provide that foundation so I could one day bounce back. And I am forever grateful for what you do, because there was that caseworker and friends and supporters whose eyes I could look into and see their hearts. And that's what you're doing. You're providing that foundation and that safety net. And I'm so grateful for what you do to make this community, this county, and this city a great place to live.
These kids up here are the future leaders of our community, and they are the future of our community, and it is up to each and every one of us to make sure that we foster a foundation for them to succeed. And in fact, if you look at that little boy in the red shorts, I'm really sure that this is actually Director Fenney when he was a young boy, and this is, and I'm sure somebody, that's probably how he got his enthusiasm for this program. But these are our leaders, and again, I thank each and every one of you, Commissioner Platt, and everybody else who has just put in an awful amount of time for the kids in our community. So thanks again for all your hard work.
We certainly owe Congressman Gibbons so much for his leadership in going to the President and making us one of the first sites of Head Start in the United States. And here we are, 46 years later. I began my teaching career at Orange Grove Elementary School for Ponce de Leon Project, and I think that's where I developed a lot of understanding of the programs that you people work in and why I'm such a strong supporter. Last year, and this is one of the most important things, in view of our board meeting last night and some of the criticisms, some people that came and spoke about Title I and all where we're wasting money and all these types of things. But last year, the federal audit of Head Start program was outstanding, and that you don't come about easy. And we've been ranked as a program of excellence in the United States. Keep up the good work.
Okay, is everybody familiar with Stephen Covey? Okay, one of his favorite sayings of mine is to begin with the end in mind. And that's kind of what this 46-year celebration actually reminds me of. And I want to get to Ms. Best to get to that point as well. And I say that because I'm looking at some articles that we're going to share later on. As far as Head Start, it began May 23rd, 1965. We had a $182,000 grant that was just funded to work with actually 1,000 kids for a summer school program. So can you imagine 1,000 kids? A summer program for $182,000. Then I'm going to get to where we actually are at, which is great. And I want to get to Ms. Best. Ms. Best currently serves as the chair of East Tampa Community Revitalization Partnership. But her resume in Tampa is very lengthy. Most of us now know her from East Tampa, but she really got her heart actually in Head Start several years ago. And Head Start, as I told her as we met a couple weeks ago and tell a lot of people, is actually where advocacy actually begins. I tell people quite often that it's not an early childhood program, it's not specifically an education program, but it's a community advocacy program. Nobody has gotten into Head Start just because they wanted to bring their child off, drop their child off because they're 3 and 4 years old. We expect our parents who come in here to advocate for our program. We expect social services, we expect health services, we expect dental services, but also we expect you to give back in our community. You know, we had within this past year over 3,000 volunteers who gave back to the organization of Head Start in Hillsborough County. And that's what this advocacy is about. And not only has she been active in the city of Tampa, but again, she's one of the few National Head Start people who won a Lifetime Achievement Award. And there's probably roughly 24 in the United States, and Hillsborough County has 2. The other is Delia Snachez. And she's not here, but I do want to give her a hand for her who's not here. So we have 2 people out of Hillsborough County who actually received this Lifetime Achievement Award. And that award comes not just from the position that they served in, but the difference that they made not just in Tampa, but in Florida, but also throughout the United States. So let's give her a hand while she comes up.
How many of us know back in the day when Head Start started that one of the things, especially, and I think there was some family service workers that I came up to you because that's my forte, my calling. The one thing that back in the day happened was that we helped integrate the school system that I represented. And there were days that as I walk the neighborhoods, identifying children, going back into the schools, I was then told, no, this child will not be coming, but this one will. This one will not. What do you mean they won't be coming? They all right on the same street. Why they can't come? Well, you know, we're not going to let them come in here. Family service workers, let me tell you something. Know your federal law. And I was then able to say, if you want it, you're getting the whole package. And what am I demonstrating for you? Way back then, and that's what Mr. Finney was saying, Head Start is more of an advocacy. We had to break through some doors that were there. And here we are 46 years later. We have penetrated those doors. I stand before you now, and I only want to just encourage you. Keep doing what you're doing, but just do it a little bit better. Okay? And one of the other things I want to say to you, even though I'm not here with you, I still advocate for Head Start.
What we have for our speaker is actually, we have a timeline from May 23rd, 1965, all the way to 2011 of Head Start history that we put together. And it was really put together with a lot of love and commitment from the staff, because it's not that easy trying to find the first news article that ever came out in Hillsborough County regarding our Head Start program. And on the first page, what we have is actually a tree with the Head Start pioneers at the bottom. And then we have on top, we have Ms. Bess, Ann Porter, Jan, Doris Reddick, Delia Snachez, and Claudia Silas. This also has some personal pictures and family pictures from 82, from some expansion pictures, 72. But some of you all could look at this and share, but I just want you to know there's a lot of work that the staff put into putting this together, so I want to give the staff a hand. And we also have a personalized vase as well, a Head Start vase to put some flowers in.
Put some flowers in, okay, thank you.
I'm sorry. We'll get some flowers for you. We'll get some for you.
That's what I love about Head Start.
You know we on a budget. All right.
I love that. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Jan Platt is a tireless leader. Most of us know who she is. Yes. She's worked in the community for 28 years, serving as city council, but also a board of county commission. At the time on the commission, she actually brought and increased Head Start by 600 slots, increased funding by $2 million, and just been recognized throughout the entire county for her work, not just with Head Start, but in the community. She also has a library named after her. She also participates in many civic associations and groups, but her favorite is the Head Start Foundation, which she currently chairs. And just real briefly about her work with Head Start, she was actually recognized in 2009 by the Florida Head Start Association, but also the Regional Association, which is made up of all the southern states, as being the Humanitarian of the Year for Head Start. So let's give her a hand for that. And we have a small token of appreciation because when I first met Jan, the first thing she told me was who I needed to meet. And she does a very good job at that and putting me in my place, and I really appreciate her work.
Well, I want to thank you all so much. You know, I guess my first involvement with Head Start was I was on the city council from 74 to 78, and the city had a lot of the federal programs. And thank goodness Bill Poe was open to the idea, he was mayor, he was open to the idea of moving all the federal programs under the Board of County Commissioners. And so the city council said yes, the commissioners said yes, and so when I came on the Board of County Commissioners in 78, Head Start was in its infancy, but it had all that backup of all those federal programs being under this one roof. And thank goodness Bill Poe had the vision to put all the federal programs here rather than in the city. And so that's been a big help to Head Start. But we're all really here because of these children. And you know, our Head Start Foundation is in its 15th year, and we were the first one in the state of Florida.
Our next honoree is Miss Ann Porter. Ann is the first Head Start director under the Board of County Commissioners. During the War on Poverty years, she joined the staff of the Tampa Economic Opportunity Council, which later became the Community Action Agency, which is still what the Hillsborough County has. There she became one of Hillsborough County's also the first social services planner. She worked with Hillsborough County for 32 years. She volunteered her services in several different areas. She served as president of the Tampa Urban League, and she also was appointed on the Tampa Housing Authority. Much of her volunteer time was also with the NAACP, where she served at that branch, including being the president. She's also a member of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated. We don't have any AKs in here, do we? I didn't think so. We have a few. Presently, she also serves in many capacities. She's a membership on the City of Tampa's Community Development Corporation. She's also on our Head Start Community Foundation with Jan Platt. She's also on the Commission on the Status of Women, where she was appointed by Commissioner Les Miller. And she's also a member of my church, Beulah Baptist Church. She keeps me in line there.
Thank you for inviting me here today to sort of go back over the years and see some of the faces of all of our Head Start leaders. And I see all of you in basically a leadership capacity because all of you are here today because of our children and the future of our children. So please continue all that you do, and like Ms. Bess, I agree, we're just gonna do it better and better, and like her, be a best. Let's just do it. Let's just do it.
I was one of the persons who was planning and getting this together to open the Head Start program. And that's why I said I'm history, but almost everywhere I go now, I'm history. I want to thank you again, and Head Start is really an important part of our early education. If you can't build a building from the top, can you? You have to start at the bottom. If you don't, the foundation will do what? Exactly. So Head Start, keep it up, and I'm so proud of you. And I will be around sometime when I can get Mr. Perry to take me here and there. He hasn't invited me to the policy committee meetings or what have you, but he says I talk too much. So, so I'm going to stop right now,
To each and every staff member of Head Start, as a parent, words could not express how much you mean to me and the value that you have in our lives. But I do offer these words of encouragement. Learning is finding out what we already know. Doing is demonstrating that you demonstrating what you know it. Teaching is reminding others that they know just as well as you. You are all learners, doers, and teachers. Richard Bach. On behalf of the parents and my children, I want to say thank you and we love you.
In my experience, I have seen firsthand the importance of parent involvement, being a former parent myself, as well as community involvement in our Head Start program. I hope that today has inspired you all to become a part of this wonderful program if you're not already a part of this program. Thank you for coming. I hope you all have a wonderful day, and please drive safely.